Hey yo! What is going on, everybody? Depraved slash here with Hellcat. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are.
Hella depraved.
Yes, we are. So this is something we're doing this live, so we don't know how many people are going to show up for this. Um, we're excited for it though. A lot of people actually seem to be pretty interested in our idea of where we thought people would be tiered,
Right?
and I'm interested in where I think I'm going to have people tiered. Because a lot of these guys, I look at them and I'm like, man, they could go anywhere.
A fair number of them, I'm sure.
Um, we're gonna give just a few seconds to see if anybody's going to show up. Right now, we're at 0 people.
We do know that there's some stuff dropping right now in terms of premieres.
Yes.
But, we had our set time already when. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother? Penis breath. Listen here, Cocksmoke. Shit, are we 2 minutes in?
No.
Oh,
Not even
demonetized.
close.
Demonetized. It's been a long time, Mark. It's been a long time. 2 minutes is gonna be rough. I barely make it out of that for sex.
I don't know that we're gonna make it. Fuck you.
I don't have that kind of problem, guys. You might want to at least keep it in live chat, though.
I had just clicked in. I mean, he hopped on it. Hop on? I'm sorry.
So what's fun is when I was trying to create the thumbnail for this, and even just now as I was typing in the title of today's stream, I was like, how the fuck do you spell independent? Because you remember me asking you last night.
You wanted to do A-N-T again?
And so in my mind, I'm like, there's a song that spells independent, except it spells an independent woman, but it's Independent. Do you know what that means, man?
Okay, so, I mean, like, it's kind of like the whole ABC's concept.
It's kind of like bananas. This shit is bananas.
B-A-N-A-N-A.
That's how I learned how to spell most of my shit. Y'all people
Right.
need to catch on.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Everybody gets mad at Crook for spelling everything in his raps, and I'm like, dude's helping me remember shit.
Right?
So, anyways, I'm going to kind of go over how we're going to do this as a tier list now that we have at least 4 people in.
Hey, Freeman.
What's going on, Freeman? Welcome.
Hey, it actually popped up for you?
Good.
Good, because they just got us demonetized. Yeah.
Oh, it'll still pop up.
Swearing within the...
Whenever it comes back around.
Separate issues, but YouTube algorithms.
Are shite.
Yeah.
So, the way we're doing this is not a request stream. This is not something where we
will have our
doing any of
normal
that.
request stream Sunday.
Yes, our normal stream will be here on Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m., depending on what we're feeling at the time.
Right.
Probably 6, because it's not as bad.
Works better for us because we end at 10. Yeah.
But this is a tier list only, and we're doing our tier list a little bit differently. So I've watched 3 or 4 other people do tier lists. And there have been times where, as I'm watching, I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that is, and you're ranking them in A.
Right. And, yeah, it's personal bias.
And, well, no, it's not even just so much the personal bias. I just don't know who they are.
Okay.
So for me, I was like, if I'm going to do a tier list, I'm going to be like a reactor that we are. And we're going to play my favorite song, because she doesn't really have favorite songs yet for a few of these guys.
For a few of them.
But we're going to play the favorite song. What up,
Butter?
Butterby? But we're going to play our favorite song from the artist first. And then we're going to give our pros and cons of that artist. And yes, every artist, even the one S tier we have today, has pros and cons. And then we're going to rank them.
Okay.
Because it seems appropriate for.
And honestly, today's list, there's only a few that I don't have a favorite track from. But, yeah.
Now, with that being said, though, I'm also doing my tiering a little bit differently than everybody else. A lot of people are just doing your standard S, A, B, C, D, and F. And I did mine differently. So, let me switch over to the big screen so you guys can see it better. If you look here, minus my big-ass fucking head in the way, here, let me hide that for you guys for a second. If you guys look here, we've got S rank as normal, but then we've got a high A, mid A, low A, high B, mid A, low B, and then C and D. And I did it that way because it at least broadens up the A and B ranks enough that, like, if somebody's like, because so many people are like, man, like, I could put them in A or B, If you're somebody that feels like they have a little more to work on, it's easier to put them in low A. But...
honestly, this is more like grades.
Right.
You know, and your S is your extra credit, special, super, over 4.0 students. And then you've got, you know, your high A's, just average A's and low A's, and it's more like grades. And
right.
if you make it to C, you're, you know.
And then another way we're doing this, we're doing 10 artists today, and then every week we're going to do another stream. Usually on Saturdays, we're doing it today because I actually had today off. But
and tomorrow's the 4th.
And tomorrow's the 4th, so I wanted to let everybody have a chance to spend time with their family. What's up, Nolan? Welcome. We're going to do 10 today, and then 8 every stream after.
Right.
And as you can see, like this is a big list of independent artists. We've probably got the biggest list of independent artists out of everyone out there. People tend to stick with 15 to 20, and I was like, fuck that, get them all. And then we didn't get them all.
Well, yeah, but there's so many left off of just those, we'll do 15.
I'm a teacher, I approve of this, Grace Hill? Yes.
Yes. I was going to say, if you're C, you're just average, and then I was like, okay, let's not be mean.
All right, let's go back to our
that is not the
normal setup here. But yeah, so that's how we're doing it. Big list, and again, I'm doing them in alphabetical order because a lot of people, I was listening to Dwayne and Gatsby do theirs on Dwayne's World, which again, if you guys have not watched, Dwayne's World is an amazing podcast. I had a lot of fun listening to it. Him and Gatsby work really well together. And hopefully one day I'll get to be a guest on there. I mean, if I'm not going to like bitch and complain about it, but Dwayne has said he would like to get me on there. Yeah. So, but go check out that podcast. The first episode was them doing this exact same thing, except they did it the more traditional tier style then. And then they also picked, I think it was like 30 artists.
Well, at least it's a bigger list than...
And I think that's what pushed me to really go ahead and put the gas on this, because I've been asking around about it, seeing what people thought, if I should do this or not.
You got a lot of positives.
And a lot of people were like, yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So,
right.
Here we are.
Also, keep in mind, the two of us, while any tier scale like this is going to have its subjectivity, try to remain more objective. We may like an artist personally.
What's going on, Jackson?
More than another, but in terms of skill level and stuff,
right,
we're ranking on their skill for the most part.
I could tell you now, one thing that is not being taken into account is videos. I'm not here to rank you based on how well you put together a music video.
Right.
I'm here to rank you on your music. With that being said, I actually, like, my favorite YouTube artist personally is going to end up in an A rank, whereas there are people I will have an S rank that I feel are better all-around artists.
Right.
For one reason or another. I'm not one of those people that have a hard time not separating personal favorites from what I feel skill level is.
Right.
Which I feel like a few people do have an issue doing.
Yep. So, that being
not that I'm against that either. It's just not me.
I know we saw that you were premiering, but we had already set this time before you dropped the link in Instagram for me yesterday.
Yeah, I hope your premiere went well. I'm still excited to listen to the song. I haven't heard it yet. We're going to record a reaction to it.
Yeah.
Either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Which is, again, you know, we wanted to make sure that it was a real reaction. Hope you have a great 4th, too.
Yes, I hope everyone has a great 4th. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this.
Again, we're doing it in alphabetical order.
We're doing it in alphabetical order.
It has nothing to do with ranking. It's just, these are the first 10 alphabetically.
So this is the actual track I chose to do for this artist. Now, which I find this to be funny because I had already chosen this, and then Shaq actually just recently did a reaction to it.
Right.
So you guys might be familiar with it. This is my personal favorite 100 Kufi song. I actually think the song is really dope. So, and actually, this is the one song I reacted to that I actually got a response from Kufi on.
Oh, okay.
And Kufi was like, dude, you catch everything. And I was like, well, yeah. Because remember
cool.
when I told you I was having that little convo with him in the comments?
Right.
This was the one I did it on. So I have reacted to this. This is, again, just so you guys get an idea of the music. Because like I said, I've watched Other people do tier lists, and I had no clue who people are. So this is Hunter Koofy.
Ha 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 ha.
No, not yet. We've only heard
These
one
are
song, so
not groups.
yeah.
I mean, so we would have had to do what? All 9 of them separately? Were they on there?
No. But yeah, so this is Hunter Koofy.
Although I will say, Freeman, I rewatched the live, still laughed just as hard the second time through. Hey.
Hey, what's up, Like Whoa?
Okay.
So this is Hunter Koofy. We're going to play the song. We're not going to pause it. We're going to let it play all the way through, and then we'll talk about it once it's over. Let's go.
Yeah. Koofy's.
Honestly, I could probably go to this screen so people have it better.
They should have never called yard out. I'm about to clear yard out. We can take it to the ball court. I'ma show you how to ball out. And you should be afraid when they open my cage and they say let that dog out. I understand he was brave, but today was the day that I'm ripping his heart out. And I ain't never took a liking to niggas writing words that sound like fighting, cause I'm the type to watch them all get hyping, cause I'm a Viking, strike them twice like lightning. So enticing, writes and hooks like Tyson. No biting, ride out with no license. No life is so dark but so bright that it's bright. You call skate but no icing. And I'll be the one nigga that they can't stand. Did 7 years on a handstand, cause I got caught with the blam blam. And I had a kick like Van Damme. I don't care about your man, fam. I body you when you're bad, fam. Laugh in your face like nah-nah, and pull off like nah-nah. Nigga ready for the breakdown, cause I'm ready for a breakdown. So you better have my kick now, or get shot in your face with a straight pound. 7 Mac 11 loaded weapon when I'm stepping. If a nigga disrespect, I hit him with the Smith & Wesson. When I hit him in the chest, he gon' die. And they looking at me like, why? You had to buy that nigga. You never bother nobody, my nigga. He wasn't trapping, he was just rapping, doing that shit for a hobby, my nigga. Remy was frontin' like it wasn't nothing to go spend 100 with Poppy, my nigga. Bitches, they love it cause my shit was flooded like it was hit by a tsunami, my nigga. Yeah. My pockets is fatter than yours. My bitches is better than yours. I keep all them bunnies around me. That's what all these carrots is for. So why would I kill you, my nigga? That's what all these savages for. They run up on you at the light. Bullets go right through your passenger door. Closing his lesson cause homie was flexing like he was the only one holding the weapon like he couldn't get it. Who was you kidding? I thought you niggas would have been learned your lesson. You know who you messing with? I am the son of the sister of facts. So don't get it twisted, my nigga. Facts is the nigga that play with them, I just be stating the facts. The shit that I say in my raps. Niggas, they know I'm the shit. They never get tired of taking my crap. And I mean you no disrespect. Why? So why would you take it like that? Why? Bitches be all on my dick. They stay with their face in my lap. I'm feeling like half in the 60s. I feel like I'm ripping 260. My words are so heavy, I step in Giuseppe. The bodyguard better not frisk me. The bitches is getting too frisky. 2 sisters, they told me they miss me. Well, open the door. What is you waiting for? That's Melissa and Misty. I came from the bottom, but that's not the problem. The problem is, nigga, I'm still here. If we got a problem, I promise as soon as I find him, he'll be in that wheelchair. For running his mouth, I run in his house. I tell him that you cannot chill here. If I come back tomorrow and your ass on that couch, you no doubt that you gon' get killed here. I'm tired of these niggas be faking like they really making that paper. I swear by the look on their face, I can tell that these niggas is haters. The coke was so hard on the plate that it ended up breaking the razor. My daughter had walked in the kitchen and thought I was making potatoes. She said, Daddy, where's the butter at? Then I looked in her face, I said, look on that plate. I don't need none of that. I said, where is your mother at? She said, Mommy ain't coming back. Then she ran up and hugged me and told me she loved me. I told her I love her back. Alright, that's enough of that.
So yeah, that is my favorite Hunter Koofy song.
Can see why.
So I guess people are probably curious. Where would I rank Hunter Koofy? So, before I put him where I want to put him, we come over here to our lovely little screen here. So I got some pros. First off, he is very much a modern day gangster rap artist. And I absolutely love his sound, his flow, his cadence switches. Which, if you were listening, he was switching his cadence up like every few bars.
If you hadn't, yeah.
And dude straight fucking kills it. And it's consistent. It's not like he just did that for this one song and everything else was monotone.
Okay.
Wordplay is amazing. Had a lot of doubles even just in that track alone, and he always does. I got my little cliff notes here. Also has a very unique voice. When Koofy's rapping, you know it's Koofy. I feel like a lot of artists can get lost in having a sound so similar to other people.
Right.
That it can be hard to differentiate who they are.
So you're talking about the voice that he was born with sonically as well as the voice that he's found for himself.
Right.
Okay.
If I had one con for Koofy, so how many? I don't know how many of you guys actually follow me on Twitter, but one of my things on Twitter that I posted not too long ago was I had actually said that if you do not have one of these kinds of songs, I have a hard time putting you above other people. Cheater. Shut up, Daktar. I was like, I have a hard time putting you above other people.
Right.
And if you look at the list, it was like Crypt, I'm Not Okay. Dizzy with also a track called I'm Not Okay. Dwayne Jackson with Masterpiece.
Right.
Blitz had just put out Sting.
Right.
I feel like you need that one song that you're bleeding your soul and emotion onto a track. And this is actually going to come up a lot throughout this entire tier thing. There may be one, but I haven't heard a song yet from Koofy that is like that.
And you've been through a fair amount of his catalog, so...
Right, and I'm not saying there's not one, but I haven't found it yet if
right.
there is. So as of right now, I'm not aware of a song that he has where he is at least emotionally tied into it some way.
Right.
And again, I'm not saying artists need to have full catalogs of that kind of music. I just feel like each artist should have one, maybe two tracks at the very least.
Where it's introspective.
Where it's introspective and it actually puts you in that person's shoes in a emotional way.
Right.
As opposed to, I mean, a lot of people can relate to
being
gun-toting
and
yeah. fighting and things like that. But I feel like everyone can relate at some point in their life to depression or struggle or something like that.
Heartbreak would be another big one.
Do you have any thoughts on pros and cons on your side?
Considering how much I know of him, which is minimal, I would have just said the lyricism that he displayed in that track, and I think maybe three others that I've heard, is amazing. And again, like I was going to mention, if you didn't, his ability to switch up his flow scheme in one track was pretty impressive. Also, the ad-libs that he adds behind just for emphasis.
Yes.
Like he was talking about like his dog out, and he had a wolf behind him, and then yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then I go ree.
But that was also the double, because he was talking about neener, and then that was in the same bar.
Right.
Yeah. So okay, and the humor for me, like if you're not gonna go introspective and somber, the humor is what gets me. And he had plenty of that, like she lives with her head in my lap.
Right.
Sex bars, innuendos, always crack me up.
Yes.
So, yes.
So, with that being said, where did my mouse go? There it goes. I've got Koofy at a high A. I feel like he is just on the brink, even without the sad emotional track. I feel like he is on the brink of just having that one song that's going to pull thousands of people in and be like, dude, Koofy's the shit.
It's just going to skyrocket his career. Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just waiting for that one song. And I'm not saying that there's not a song like that for me, because I love this song and so many others that he does. But he hasn't had that song yet where it's gotten hundreds to millions, hundreds of thousands to millions of views yet. And I feel like once he gets that one track, and I think he's also been one of the closest on this list. Now, there are a couple that have done this, but I feel like he's one of the closest on this list in terms of somebody that's came close to working with some really big name people.
Okay.
Because he had a chance at some point to work with Jada. I'm not going to go into full details, but it fell through. He also tried out for Wildin' Out.
Okay.
Amongst other things. But yeah, so I got Koofy at a high A. All right, so the next track we are going to play is by an artist by the name of Aaron Keese. My favorite track personally from Aaron Keese is called Killshot 2, Dax Remix. It is a remix of one of Dax's songs that Dax put out. Aaron Keese, before we get too far into this, is a country rap artist. I think the dude is very talented. And also, regardless of where I put these people, understand I have a lot of love for everyone on this list for one reason or another.
All of these people are extremely talented.
Yes. So there's gonna be some situations where people don't agree with me, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments, especially if you're watching this post live,
Right.
where you would put them. But
that doesn't mean that we're hating on them,
right,
even remotely.
Right.
I've followed Aaron Keys since his first remix came out, ever, and have continued following him. So I have a lot of love for him. He's just a newer artist.
We actually covered Aaron Keys not long ago. Aaron Keys and EP Music had a friendly rap battle between each other, and we covered both of their tracks.
That's cool.
And Aaron Keys just barely lost that battle.
Barely.
Just barely.
Yeah, it was like less than a quarter of a point, something like that.
He is actually also out of San Francisco or San
Antonio, Texas.
I read that wrong.
Yeah.
San Antonio. Sorry, Dactar. I'm reading on a screen this big.
Itty bitty living space. All right.
Itty bitty little space. All right, but this is Aaron Keys. This is Kill Shot 2 Dax remix. Let's get it.
This is something that's bugging me, I have to get it off my chest. Motherfuckers down me, I'm about to lay you all to rest. I confess that I'm blessed, have this vice on my quest, so I can fit the world, still show that I'm the best. Let me ask you a question, cause I really am confused. Cause these rappers do subs, but let's talk about the views. They wanna hit me up, say they can help my career. Motherfucker, you can't help yourself when you can't hold it near. Need a Van Gogh, I ain't fucking with you posters. Y'all about to put me in a rampage, I killed Dozer, bitch, look it up. I ain't talking about the movie, and you can't shut me up, and I will show you all ruling. I'll drop pipe bombs, bygones won't be bygones. Y'all corona to me, somebody grab a Lysol, fucking with me. I'll make you all fucking crawl like the human centipede. It's the sucking ass and all. I'm in beast mode, unleashed, to 1,000 subs. My very first album is released, don't fucking with me. Cause I swear I'll take off one day, but right now I'm just paving, I'm a runway. So run away while you can, cause I'm coming like a fighter jet that doesn't fucking land. I spray lead at the beds, even rappers all red. Extra weight, I'll share, there's no room on my bulkhead. Lot of copper heads in my feet, but that's where they belong. Licking on my boots and nod on my ding dong. Get off of it. That's a singing for you ho-hos, like playing with snowballs on the fucking low-low. Scratch that. If they doubt, let them pout. I'll be sitting on top, they want my dick in the mouth. Ain't shit handed to you, gotta earn what you want. But all of y'all generic like Times New Roman font, fuck with me. I'm the cowboy with the spurs ringing, bitch, I'm horseback with the fucking mudslinging. Billy the kid with the counter prod in his hand. Shocking everybody, even if you're in the fucking stands. People back in school didn't fuck with your boy. And for some reason, I was someone to avoid. Now they hitting me up like we've been homeboys. When I don't hit them back, oh boy, they're annoying, now I'm paranoid. Who's real, who's a decoy? Kinda hard to tell, they try to infiltrate like Troy. Now my plan of attack is to fucking destroy everybody in this bitch like I'm an asteroid. Y'all meteors, fucking mediocre. Y'all got no pen trace, y'all virgin boner. Let me break it down, make it easier. Y'all can't make an impact like a meteor, yeah? And I ain't finished just yet. It's take a second to acknowledge all the people upset that I came in this bitch like it was a rape. And I trapped all these rappers with no room to escape. And I hear that I won't grow. To my face though, they tiptoe. Cause they don't want the beef, it ain't Burger King. Bitch, you gonna get in my way. Compare mine to theirs, mine is gourmet. Make way for the prodigy, this is a dance. Stop looking down and look to the grace. And I see me there in about a year or two. Don't deny it, bitch, you lying, cause you know that it's true. Can't compete on my level, even if they had a ladder. Their snakes are fucking with them, won't get you there faster. I don't have shit you want, motherfucker, go fish. Mr. Keys with the bars, kill him in the fucking ditch. Yeah, and the album's coming to 1,000 subs. And I hope we get it soon. Got an itchy trigger finger, whipple with the head trigger. So go ahead and show your boys, get this thing bigger.
Yeah.
Nico, that was Aaron Keys.
Yes, that was Aaron Keys. Oh shit, clicking all the wrong buttons, people. All the wrong buttons. So yeah, that was Aaron Keys. One of the homies. Have a lot of love for this dude. So just to kind of go out and give some pros and cons of him. Pros, his wordplay and scheming is fantastic.
Right.
Like, even during that track alone, he has that part where he's talking about ho-hos, and then later on he goes on into snowballs and ding-dongs, which are all Hostess snacks.
Right. Aw,
Yes, Freeman was
thank you.
a day winner.
Aw,
But it was a whole host of snack scheme,
right,
and like some of his wordplay is like y'all are so plain and boring, like Times New Roman,
right.
and which is
And he's always had that
Times New Roman
from
font.
the first remix that he ever dropped. His wordplay. I mean, it's only gotten better, but it is something that he's always incorporated.
Right. And another thing, he's really good at writing the beat.
Yes.
The one thing I have never complained at all about Aaron Keese is I've not once ever been like, "Oh, dude, you're rushing things," or anything like that.
Or
He's
you're
always
off, or
he-
there's
he's always been able to stay on beat, get a bounce to it, and flow to it, and does an excellent job. Now, here are the cons. First off, all he's got right now are remixes.
right,
I have not heard one actual full original track from Aaron Keese.
right,
Which obviously you can't really make a living off of remixes. They can help get you big,
right.
but there's no way to stay with it. How many different artists are you including in this? Okay, so a real quick rundown. I will go over all of that as soon as I get done with Aaron Keese, just to
Right.
refresh everybody that is new in the stream.
Right.
Secondly, I feel like, and this is something that EP even threw out there, and he even kind of made fun of himself for to try and take it away from EP,
Right.
was he does sound a little too much like Upchurch.
To be his own individual artist, people.
Yes.
We are not complaining about Upchurch's sound. We
No.
both
No,
enjoy Upchurch.
we are Upchurch fans.
It's just well, I mean, once he drops original stuff, I'm hoping he finds his own groove.
Right. These are all individual, independent artists, Nolan. Another thing that is also a con because of this, he also has no music on Spotify.
Right.
So the only way to really listen to Aaron Keese
Is YouTube
is
right
using
now.
YouTube, which is a major phone drainer, especially if you're driving.
Right. Right.
So even his remixes, I feel like he should have still put up on
If
YouTube.
you could, yeah.
Oh, there's people have their remixes to
Okay.
Godzilla from Eminem on
All right.
Spotify. So,
All right.
so those are my complaints. With that being said, just because of the lack of original music and things like that, as of right now, where's my mouse? I have Aaron Keese at a C. This is not a lack of skill. This is not a
Lack of talent.
lack of talent. This is a
drive. Yeah.
lack of original stuff.
Right.
Is his big problem. I feel like he's definitely got it in him, especially if he's still working on this
yeah.
album and he still plans on putting this guy out. Then he could definitely get up to high B to mid A really quickly.
Very quickly, if it's
And
an
even
album
then, there's no
with a
telling where he could go from there.
Exactly.
Now, just as a rehash of how we're doing things, we're doing 10 people tonight. We're doing
First
them all in
10
alphabetical
alphabetically.
order. I will tell you now, I will scroll down so you guys can see. We have, how many was it, like 56 people?
No, like 60,
Or 64 or 66?
66
Yeah, 66 people.
total.
This is all the people we're going to be
Be
doing.
dreamy.
It's just tonight we're doing 10, and then we're going to do 8 a week after that on live streams on Saturdays.
Right.
So starting next week, we will be doing 8 a week on Saturdays. Although next Saturdays is kind of up in the air. I got invited to a birthday party to one of my best friend's houses, so we'll see. It might get pushed to our Sunday stream, and we wouldn't
Right.
do an actual music stream then.
But
Once a week, we're going to be doing these tier lists. So like I said, we're doing the first 10, and the way we're doing them, we've completely changed how we're doing the tiers themselves. Most people just do S, A, B, C, D, and then F or something like that.
we wanted ours to be a bit more explicit.
We want it, yeah. So we're doing S, and then we're doing high A, mid A, low A, high B, mid A, or high B, mid B, low B, and then C, and then D. Just so there's a little more room to play with in there.
He is a great guy, Daktar.
Yeah, Aaron Keese is a really good dude.
Yeah.
And then we're also doing one song from each artist where we're playing through it in its entirety, because one of the problems I had with people's tier lists are there were artists on those lists that I had no clue who they were, so I had no way to judge even for myself where they should go. So like when somebody's like,
Without
yeah, this
pausing
person
the-
is really good, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to put him up in an A, and I'm like, well, who the fuck is he?
Yeah. Pause it, go listen to one of their tracks and return. It takes too much effort.
And
for
we're
me.
reactors, so I felt this fit more of our mold as
Right.
opposed to just doing a basic tier list.
Right.
All right, next up is Adam Calhoun, and I will be playing my favorite Adam Calhoun song. I've also done a reaction to this. Was this one you were actually
Yeah.
in with me?
Yeah. It's got the really hot goth chick.
Yes.
Yep.
This is not a long one at all.
No, but it's a good display of his talent.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and play this. This is Adam Calhoun. The song is called Coffin Talk. Once this actually gets put live in terms of people are able to freely watch it after the stream is over, I am also going to be putting all of these artists' YouTube channels
Okay.
into the description. So you can feel free to go check them out and
Listen to other tracks.
yes, listen to other tracks. So this is Adam Calhoun, Coffin Talk. Let's get it. Let's try it one more time with the song actually not muted.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's listen.
Oh no, I ain't with the talking.
Thank you.
I know you only talk the loudest.
I think we should grade him just on this music video.
All I got left in me is visions of my enemies. You got sentimental energy. My penitentiary tendencies gon' probably be the enemy. I see a lot of mini-me's bugging like they centipedes, thinking that they kidding me. White trash, redneck, hillbilly, cracker ass, rapping ass rapper that'll beat your favorite rapper's ass. And these are just the facts, ain't no rap cap. I done made a bag off of Snapchat. Tell me where your cash at. Bag back, do that diesel truck like a scat pack. I might crash that. I ain't worried, I got ad flag. The cop car was matte black or rock star like Jack Black. Look, I don't backtrack, rack the Mac back and blast that. Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin.
I can't unsee it.
I know you only talk the loudest.
Right.
I know you really ain't about shit. Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin. I know you only
so-
talk the loudest.
I'm so busy looking at her.
I know you really ain't about shit. So here's the challenge, you can't manage anything I'm dealing with. I'm hitting numbers independent, others need a deal to get. So deal with it or do something about it. I doubt it. I came to change the game, you just came to be the loudest. I came to make an impact, albums all intact. Billboard top 10, I can say I did that. Hardest part is showing up, homie, where you been at? Spit that, click clack, hit you with that. Realist in my lane, I'm just saying, drop the fortune and the fame, say my name.
Just say my name. Say my
Nah,
name.
really say my name if you wanna get it poppin'. I've been looking for a reason so I can pull out this rocket. Whoa, now slow down, child. You don't fit that profile. This ain't Facebook. Why don't you stick to scripts you know about? Sold a lot of shows out, but I never sold out. Made my family so proud. I'm talking so proud. Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin. I know you only talk the loudest. I know you really ain't about shit. Oh no, I ain't with the talking. Lord knows I put you in the coffin. I know you only talk the loudest. I know you really ain't about shit.
That was part of the whispering going back and forth, Nico. He noticed something and wanted to pause it because we're used to it as a reaction channel.
Yo, so I would like to say, please don't beat my ass for this, Adam Calhoun, if you ever see me. That table he was sitting at was doing him no justice. He looked like the dude, the midget from what the fuck is his actual Peter Dinklage?
Yeah.
He looked like Peter Dinklage sitting at that fucking table because of how high up the table is, and he's got the beard.
Right.
And that's
From Game of Thrones.
Game
is
of Thrones,
yeah.
and that's what made me laugh because I was like, "Oh my god!" I just noticed it, and then I could no longer unsee it.
And I told him that I didn't have that problem because I was so busy concentrating on the fine chick. So I completely agree with you, Nico. In fact, our reaction video to this, when it first came out, I think I mentioned several times that that chick is fucking hot as fuck. Yeah. And that I would look horrible with her hairstyle. I think those were the exact comments that went.
Okay, so before we actually place them, let me go ahead and pull back up our list here. All right. Now, some pros. One thing I definitely think is a pro that I think all artists should strive to be, regardless of your viewpoints, is Calhoun's not afraid to say whatever the fuck he wants to say.
And he stands behind it.
And he stands behind it. I may not necessarily agree with a lot of his political beliefs, but I have a lot of respect for him in the fact that he's got no problem saying how he feels, what's on his mind, the way that he wants to say it.
Right.
And things of that nature. I love his voice. I think his cadence
is
amazing. He's one of those artists. When him and Upchurch, the first song I ever heard him on was called Die Tonight.
Right.
And it was him and Upchurch, and I heard it at that time, and still at this time, I didn't like Upchurch in that song. I don't like Upchurch's verse. I don't like his sound on it.
Right.
But I heard Adam Calhoun and was immediately like, who is this dude?
Right.
Because I loved his cadence. I loved the way he came in and did what he did.
And that is one track that we have agreed to disagree. Like, I'm not saying that Upchurch's verse is better. I don't even think they're equal. But I still like that song and still like Upchurch on it. Do I think that Calhoun way upshows him on that one? For sure.
But another thing I like about Adam Calhoun, say what you want, he is not a country artist, guys.
No.
He is an urban artist.
He may have a country soul, which is what he even says himself.
Right.
However, he is from Chicago.
He raps about growing up in the city and stuff like that. I mean, he has his tracks that are country tracks, but at the same time, that's what I wrote down. He has a very actual good urban to country mix. So he's got a little bit of something for everybody in terms of what they listen to.
And he is still representing himself truly. Like I said, he claims he has a country soul, but he knows he's from Chicago.
Right. Now, with that being said, I did have a couple negatives with Adam Calhoun. I do not agree with any white person ever saying the N-word. One song he did, I got it. I wasn't mad about it. I understood because
that song was about racism.
It was about racism, and it was comparative. And he was just trying to say how we're all in the same boat with that.
Right.
Just on different sides of the boat. On the other hand, I have heard other tracks where he drops it as just a regular lyric. Right. And not hard R, it's not in a racist tone. But I still don't feel like it's something he should use regularly as he does.
Right.
And then my other problem, again, I love that he can say what he wants when he wants, but I feel like he has gone a little overboard politically in his raps.
Maybe not overboard, like in terms of what people may be thinking. What you're saying is his raps have a high percentage of political viewpoints. Like there's not that many not that many tracks that he has that aren't political.
Right. As a matter of fact, when picking a song to play, I didn't want to do the racism song because
and then
of
rap
the controversy
shit
behind
is out because it's one of the ones where he drops the N-word.
Right.
Again, not hard R, but still not necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
But over and above all, I still love him as an artist. I may not agree with him politically on a lot of things.
Which goes to what you said, Freeman. We may not agree, but as an artist, he is extremely talented.
But as an artist, he is extremely talented. So where I've actually got Adam placed is actually mid-A. That's where Daktar's going to disagree. He's like, he's an S, because he already said an S.
Yep, I saw that.
I still think there's room for improvement. I still want to see some more actual urban representation as well within his music. That's also my biggest complaint with Upchurch.
Right.
But I also, like I said, I still love the dude. Dude is amazing.
Right.
So, next up is Analyst. I'm like,
All right.
where is he? Where is he? He was on the other page. Nico's like, I've been wondering.
He's
This
like,
is the
"Which
one I've been
track
waiting
y'all
on.
Go play? Which
Nico's
track?"
like, this is it. This is the one.
And is Binks is not on the list for today, right?
He is.
He is. Okay.
What'd you say? Fuck, I haven't heard of Analyst in years. Hell yeah. Yeah, I like me some Analyst. More so now that I've heard a bunch of his shit today.
Right.
Because this was kind of a last second throw in. I wasn't going to use Analyst. So yes, this is Analyst, Word of Advice. This is my favorite song I heard today.
Right.
Triple Threat was a very close second, but I've reacted to Triple Threat.
Right.
So I at least wanted to have something new that people might not have heard. So yes, this is Word of Advice, and I really did like this song. So, again, Analyst, Word of Advice, let's get it. I will get this down one day. I promise.
Listening to it with volume, you mean?
One thing people can say about me, man, they can't deny is the fact that is that I'm me. I don't try to change who I am for anybody or cater to anybody. I'm List, you know what I mean? I'm Seth. And like, motherfuckers nowadays just like,
These days everybody raps, let's see if they can last. Thinking they can make it cause they made a single track. Faking but they say that they be daily speaking facts. Trigger figures saying they can make a Nina blast. Witnessing and listening to list to feed the track. Tell me, do you really think that you could be with that? The way you sing it makes me really wanna swing a bat. Hit your face repeatedly till it don't need a mask. People keep on testing my intelligence. My mind's deeper than the skeleton on elephants. Feeling that sleek cause the feathers on the pelican. I keep excelling only simply for my elegance. I am just a fellow on different levels and elements. I am overzealous, that's how I develop relevance. Fight for my fellowship, I don't know what to tell of this life that I'm reciting rhymes and while I'm selling it. Blessed with sickness, never mess with it. With Seth insisted to protect his business. Mess with list, you will see him extra twisted. As the neck on the exorcist is excellent shit, don't neglect logistics. Pessimistic, cause my head's sadistic. Step to this, you don't wanna check statistics. I'm ahead of you, motherfucker, now check the distance.
let's say you get in the game, you blow up off one song. All right, so what's next? You just want to be a one-hit wonder? You're gonna be laughed at forever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that foundation. You gotta be ready for everything. You know what I mean? Like with me, I've been grinding since I'm little for them dollars and them nickels. Notice that I started from the bottom, not the middle. Had to write a lot of riddles, now I'm hot enough to sizzle. I was caught up in a pickle, now I'm flying like a missile. See, the problem is I belong in a psych hospital. Psychological little psycho that's living like a sickle. Diabolic, my dialogue is the opposite of civil. Now I'm balling, but before I couldn't afford a ball to dribble. Straight bust the stainless. Vacate because A's rough and dangerous. Razors, I tuck them right up under my laces. Ain't this the kid that came to cut up your faces? Change up the flavor, raise the bass up, wake up your neighbors. And I can't fuck with fakers, I keep them all away by 100 acres. Is you getting the message? Are you offended that I'll never be befriending you peasants? God has given me lessons and I'll be damned if I let you interfere with my blessings. Never gonna let that happen. Never gonna let that happen. Well known cause they felt the passion. So dope, this fella is forever in action. And the thing about this game is you just gotta be ready to be judged at all times, man. People gonna look for any reason to hate you, you know what I mean? Like I get a lot of love because I give a lot of love, you know what I mean? So it's a little different with me. Like some will say I'm real, some will say I'm true. Some will say I am a humble ass guy. If you disagree, then you are someone that lies. Probably a weak dude trying to act fly. Just another P-U-double-S-Y. That's why gotta keep my circle tight from all the greed and evil that lurk at night. Cause certain types of people prefer to bite the only hand that feeds them and serves them right. Crazy, the way this feels. How these days fake outweighs the real. Hating on a man trying to pay his bills. Y'all man, how the kid has amazing will. But still no major deal. How is my skill not making meals? How you think that shit makes me feel? What you think I like getting paid a lil? Do you know the patience it takes for real to rap and then act like I stay fulfilled? Fam, the shit's whack, but I came to spill all these raw facts that gave you chills. I'm just trying to keep it 100. I don't feel a reason to front it. No doubt I'ma keep it coming. It's going down like skis in the summit. There's a whole lot to it, you know. It's all trial and error. You know, it's all experience. It comes with experience when you know what to do and what not to do in this game. You know, so by me telling you all this, I'm just trying to give you advice to make sure your journey goes a lot smoother than my journey went. You know what I mean? Because I ain't never had nobody give me advice. Everybody was just on some bullshit.
So yeah. Are Suddenly and Zombie. I don't know if we heard those tracks, Nico. But yeah, so that was Analyst Word of Advice. Out of the 10 or so tracks we heard today, that was what we determined was our favorite. So.
Your bullet point list.
My bullet point list.
Yes, very cute.
We actually really liked Analyst. I don't think you'd ever heard him before.
I
today.
hadn't. Yeah.
And the very first song she got to hear was Triple Threat, which was actually a really good track.
Right.
And then I think this was like the 6th or 7th track we heard.
Somewhere along.
And it kind of
yeah.
stuck with me.
Right.
So some positive. Dude is articulate as hell.
Yes, he is.
There is not
Very
ever
clear to
a
the
time I've heard in his music where I've been like, what did he say?
He
Hold
always
on, let me hear that again.
enunciated. Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. No slurring, no mumbling.
There's no slurring, no
Nothing.
mumbling, no nothing. Even when he does get into that somewhat fast bag,
It was still very clear.
very clear.
Great diction, as my music teacher would say.
Which kind of goes into having great wordplay as well. Dude has some hella good bars
Yes, he does.
in a lot of his songs.
I was laughing most of the tracks we were listening today. They were,
He's
which is a pro for me. Again, the humor.
right. And then lastly, he's got his music is very diverse in the way that it comes off. So, as you guys could hear, this song was very quote unquote rapidy rap in the way that he was rapping, but he also has some slower, more club style songs and other things like that. He's got a good little
More aggressive sounding ones.
right.
Yeah.
He's got a good bag, and which I feel is also very, very, very important amidst having
Well,
a full catalog.
yeah.
As far as some cons, I still feel like he's missing that one hit, just like I said with
Goofy.
Goofy, where he's
it's
he's
just
missing that one
skyrocketing.
song that everyone's just like, holy shit,
Right.
this is amazing. Now he's got a good fan base and a good deep fan base,
Right.
but he doesn't have that song that's drawn in again hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people
Right.
yet.
Just absolutely gone viral.
That I know of. Again, I could be wrong on these. This is just from my experience, y'all.
Right.
He's also, again, I only had time to we only had time to listen to like 8 of his tracks, so he still might have one. But I also feel like he's also still missing that one song that's also very going through a struggle or very sad or very somber, something that people
Introspective.
again can connect with and feel like
Right.
they understand and know where he's coming from.
Right.
Nico, if he has one of those, you would be the person to know. Let me know.
I will. Sorry, Nico. I will.
Hasn't Triple Threat gone viral? To be honest, I had never heard of it until Nico told me to check it out.
Right. And the 8 tracks that we're talking about and that keeps coming up were from today.
Yes, that's what we heard today.
Depraved has heard Analyst before. I have not. The 8 tracks are my some knowledge.
Right.
So, yeah.
Um,
And again, keep in mind that one track skyrocketing them to fame is not a pro for their artistry. It is not a comment on their skill or their talent. It's where they fall in the ranking
you take your writing
system.
utensil and begin. That's how. And my last complaint is more of a personal one. His fans are really mean to me.
I saw that, and
I say that jokingly. I have a problem with everybody's core fan base because core fan bases are toxic. Because if you ever disagree with anything they have to say,
right.
you're
Well, but that was a little strange though, because Analyst was giving you a shout out, and
right. So to let you guys know of the story, Analyst gave me a shout out for doing a reaction to him on Instagram. And I had been asleep when he did it. So I woke up and got the message, and I was like, oh, really? So I go and I click on it, and literally the first, 50 or so comments are, dude, this dude sucks at reactions. And, man, I hate the sound of his voice. And so many other fucking things, just straight dogging me.
And the
So,
analyst was giving him a shout out.
yeah, an analyst was trying to shout me out. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to have some fun. So I went and started making fun of a lot of his fans.
Yeah.
Just to be an asshole. And then I think he deleted a lot of fucking comments, because when I went back, I
Right.
couldn't find any more. And my old
Right.
comment wasn't there. But even Mama Spider went into the comments section.
I was mad. She was mad.
She was mad.
We were gonna burn it down.
Mama Spider was like, hey, y'all need to chill. He's one of... Yeah, because somebody had said, I don't know anything about rap music.
Right.
And Mama Spider's like, he knows a lot more about rap music than a lot of other people.
What I don't understand is, here's an analyst who's like, I love it when people do first-time reactions, had done a clip of Depraved reacting, and then his fans went rabid.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a little weird.
You
Well,
guys
thank you. No.
pull up lyrics and catch we try to anyways.
We try to.
But yeah.
And no, we would never call you mean, Nico.
So as far as placement for analysts,
Maybe you're using your mouse.
I know. We actually have him in a low A. And I feel like compared to the other two artists there, that's a fair placement right now. And again, these could change if a track comes out by any
Right.
of these artists when we're doing a future
We
episode.
reserve the right.
We may even start an episode and be like, hey, we've got a few changes.
Update.
Update.
Yeah.
So just for right now, based off of what we've heard, we've got him at a low A, which I still feel is really good.
Right.
I'm just, like I said, I really need that emotional track.
Right. So, I mean, if you want to not hit us up here, because we are not writing shit down today from the chat, but if you want to actually send us one
Hit us up on Twitter.
that you are aware of, that you think will be impactful, go ahead. But-
Tweeter. On the tweeter. All right. So next up is actually somebody I've been super excited to talk about.
Okay.
It's Atlas Music.
Oh, cool. All right.
Atlas. We'll talk about Atlas after we play his song.
This song's amazing, guys.
This song is very
it had us crying.
very small.
And we hit repeat immediately because we laughed so hard the first time that we listened to it all the way through that we knew we did not catch everything, and so we had to, and now it's on my playlist.
Yeah, we had to listen to it twice.
I kind of wish we
Chicken
had done
nuggets
a
are or
reaction
What, baby?
to it. I said I kind of wish we had done an actual reaction to it.
I do too.
But we wouldn't we would have been in tears the whole time. That's
no.
great, Nico.
Nico, it wasn't anything about him. they
No,
they
Jack.
love Analyst. It was me they didn't like.
Apparently, even though analysts liked him, which
And-
is the part I don't understand.
And I think a lot of that is because I think that was also before I really started going through and really breaking things down.
Okay,
So I'm sure they were probably like, he didn't really catch anything. I caught a lot of it.
just didn't.
I
talk
mentioned
about it.
some of them.
And Doctor, no, I don't want to do the work today. I'm
Right.
taking a day off.
So this is Atlas. This song is called No Fucks Given. Now I'm going to let you know now. This is... Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Victor?
Victor.
Welcome. This is
My
more
theme
of
song.
a Caribbean-style song.
Yeah, it's not straight rap.
It's not rap. It's not really singing. It's him kind of... It's like a Caribbean vibe. You'll see.
Enjoy your rum, vodka.
Yeah,
smoke
enjoy your
lemonade.
drinks.
Yeah,
It's funny as hell.
It's summer. This is the perfect summer coronavirus quarantine. Yes, it is the theme song for me year-round, honestly. But, you know.
Right. So with that being said, Atlas, No Fucks Given. Let's go.
No, it's not PC,
And I've been
Doctor.
feeling stressed out. Kick my shoes on the porch, no more stress now. Finally home, gonna kick back on that couch, turn the TV up real loud.
Netflix?
I'll be turning that on. Pour me a drink that's real strong. I'll be watching Shameless, that's a fact. Did you hear that Steve is back?
That's outdated, bro.
And I'll be feeling real good. living life just like I should. And this cushion is where my butt's gonna stay. Gonna drink and sleep and day away. Staying in my house, no chance that I'm going out. You know I love this lazy life I'm living. So no fucks are given.
Hey, John, this is your neighbor. My house is on fire. Can I use your sprinkler?
I said no fucks are given.
John, my family's in there. They really need it. I let you borrow my sprinkler 2 days ago.
I said no fucks are given.
God damn it, John, you're the only I can use the sprinkler anytime I want
I
it.
said no fucks are given.
Well, here you go, John. Here's your sprinkler back, but I stole it. Now my family's dead, so thank you.
I just got a text from you. Won't reply even though I've got the time to. There's just so many other things that I would rather do.
Like what?
Like jump on the Xbox, talk a lot of shit, get people pissed off. Call a couple friends, tell them get it on, play the night away.
You're a nerd, man.
And I'm feeling real good, living life just like I should. And this cushion is where my butt's gonna stay. Gonna drink and sleep and day away. Staying in my house, no chance that I'm going out. You know I love this lazy life I'm living. So no fucks are given.
You know, we've been dating for a while now, and my parents really want to meet
I
you.
said no fucks are given.
I haven't heard from you in a while. Just want to let you know the office sign is today.
I said no fucks are given.
It's been 6 months, Sean. When you going to take time to pay me
I said no fucks are given. I've got nothing to do.
Hey, my boy Atlas, rumor has it you're from that one place that be a mile less high than I am right now. But I got 420 reasons for you to get as high as me right now.
Got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to do. But that's what I want. This is what I want. It's what I wanna do. So no fucks are given.
Wow, I can't believe you killed that sprinkler cunt on.
I said no fucks are given.
But I guess he's single now. I mean, he's gonna start hitting the gym, getting swole, you know? Getting a new life.
No fucks, no fucks, no fucks are given. I said no fucks, no fucks, no fucks.
You just say fuck over and over again. You're so creative.
He's so creative.
You're just saying fuck over and over again. Yo. I'm not gonna lie, so we started listening to that song because so the night we reacted to King Blitz featuring
Stings.
Atlas, the song Sting, which by the way, if you haven't heard it, go check that out. We listened to that specifically about 6 times.
Yeah. Right.
And then I think I
asked if you had heard Thief,
you asked if I'd heard Thief.
which is another of his Atlas's original songs, though, not one of his raps, one of his songs.
Right. I guess he's singing
Right.
now. I'm dead. So I think we looked up Thief
Right, and listened to it.
And
you
listened to
had
it.
heard it.
and it just went.
Right,
Like,
this
we,
is on the same
yeah,
EP.
we let it auto play and it just kept playing through and then this came on.
And we had to rewind because we heard the very beginning caught our attention. We rewound to the beginning, listened to it, and like I said, we were dead. So we had to replay it immediately.
Actually, Victor, this is not a 4th of July live. This is the first episode of our tier list. We're tiering up artists,
Yes.
as so
And
many others are doing.
Sunday
We're just doing it differently.
will be our regular reaction.
Yeah, Sunday will be our regular reaction stream.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's why we chose, or that's how we found this song, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yep.
And even when I was putting this list together and I was trying to think of one song per person, this was not a hard one for me to choose.
Yeah.
I knew immediately. I was
I don't
like,
think we even debated
no
it.
fucks
Even
given.
though we have found, obviously, the introspective songs of his that are the kind that we tend to put on our playlist and like, this one was just too good to pass up.
right. Okay, so with that being said,
Hip hop radio.
as far as some pros,
We're just trying to make you cry, Dactar.
right. So as far as this goes, first off is some pros. He has an amazing soulful voice, which was not really on display here.
No.
This was more of a chill,
This was the
fun
Caribbean,
vibe.
yeah, kind of bounce.
But one thing I will say, Atlas was in a song with
Is that the one with
Kryptonato
Yeah.
called Footsteps,
And then
which
Sting.
which gave me chills when he
So did
sang.
Sting.
And then Sting came
Yeah.
out, and it gave me chills hearing
Right.
him sing. And plus, we've covered a couple of his covers,
Right.
Like his rendition
Of Melanie Martinez's Mad Hatter.
of Mad Hatter
Holy
was amazing,
shit.
but I actually also really liked his rendition of that one song.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about? We reacted to it, damn
Yeah.
it.
Fucking.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
John Legend.
Yeah.
All of
Me loves all of you.
All
Yeah.
of me loves all of you.
Hey, Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy? Welcome. That song.
But normally he
was
has
insane.
kind of almost a bluesy rock and roll kind of rasp, and it's very soulful, very powerful. All of these more introspective songs about his depression or whatever have given us chills, actual chills. So yeah.
So, now, another thing that we have as a pro is his ability to do so many different styles. You heard the Caribbean
He's very
style here.
diverse.
I've heard him do R&B.
Yeah.
I've heard him do
rock.
I've heard him rap, which we reacted to his last rap track.
Mm-hmm.
I've
was just
also,
a few days ago.
I'm not going to go into any details, but I have been in talks with him. There is more music to be coming
Right.
very soon that is original, which was one of my actual complaints originally, was a lot of his stuff seemed to be, at the time, focused on doing covers.
Right, and features.
And features. Which,
He
don't get me
does-
wrong, I
he
love the
does
features he's
have
in.
This
but,
EP, guys, but that's still.
But yes.
It's not multiple albums or anything. It's, I think there's 8.
No, it was more of a, when we first got into him, the new stuff he was uploading
Right.
were covers.
Right.
We weren't really aware at the time of this as we are now.